वो प्रिया सिंह पूनम वो कै बजे बोले हो ज्वाइन करेंगे? हाँ, लेकिन वो सब ट्राई कर रही है अब ये 1 से 2 के बीच में, और उसका लग नहीं रहा है उसका। नहीं, ऑडियो कनेक्टिंग टू ऑडियो करके ऐसे हिलता रहता है, तो पुकारने पर कोई नाम उम नहीं आता है। अभी तो हम खोल के बैठे हुए थे कि कहीं उसका फिर पकड़े वो भाई। दो बजे अभी कैसे कनेक्ट कर रही थी? 1 बजे वाला है ना? तो अभी उसको बोलो ना फोन से, दोनों को बोलो, दोनों ज्वाइन करेंगे। हेलो पूनम प्रसाद, हेलो। हेलो, हेलो, आर यू लिसनिंग?
Yeah.
Are you listening? Poonam Prasad? Are you listening? Hello.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Poonam Prasad,
Yes, sir.
what's your medium?
Sir, English medium.
From where you have graduated?
Sir, I am graduated from JNU Jodhpur.
Jodhpur.
Yes,
And
sir.
at present, from where you are talking?
Sir, right now I am in Jodhpur, but I belongs to Bihar.
At present, where are you?
Sir, right now I am in Jodhpur.
Jodhpur.
Yes, sir.
English medium you have taken.
सर इंग्लिश मीडियम ही लिया है मैंने.
अच्छा. BPSC means?
Sir, that's my third attempt.
Third attempt?
Yes, sir. Sir, after my graduation, I started preparation for banking sector. And then from where I come to know about BPSC and UPSC.
You qualified in BPSC 3 times.
No, sir, I am not qualified. I am appeared 3 times in BPSC.
But this time you have qualified.
Sir, sir, no time I am not qualified in examination.
You have not qualified in PT.
No, sir.
Had you appeared?
Yes, sir, I appeared 2 times. That's my third. 67 is my third attempt if I give.
How much marks you secured?
Yes, sir.
In PT, how much marks you secured?
Sir, right now I score 83.
And what were the qualifying marks?
Sir, mine was, I belong to SC category and mine was 84.
You have 83.
Yes, sir.
You have missed just by 1 mark.
Yes, sir, I missed by just 1 mark.
ग्रेजुएशन में क्या सब्जेक्ट था?
सर ग्रेजुएशन में मेरा पास कोर्स ही था लेकिन इकोनॉमिक्स भी था साथ में ही. बीकॉम करा है मैंने.
कैलकुलस पढ़े हुए हो?
सर क्या?
कैलकुलस?
सर्कुलस?
हाँ.
सर नहीं.
उसका कुछ कुछ इस्तेमाल हम लोग का इकोनॉमिक्स में भी होगा.
अच्छा, कैलकुलेटर?
कैलकुलस. अलजेब्रा नाम सुनी हो ना?
यस सर, अलजेब्रा. यस सर.
Likewise, there is a calculus.
Okay.
So, right now I am telling you something which will be basis for our further discussion.
Okay.
Actually, class will start at 2 p.m. English medium.
Okay.
But for 5 minutes, I am taking you alone. हेलो प्रिया, प्रिया, प्रिया सिंह, आवाज नहीं आ रही तुम्हारी, म्यूट कर। अनम्यूट करो। अनम्यूट, म्यूट, अनम्यूट करो ना। हाँ,
हाँ सर, प्रणाम सर।
अभी हम तुमको बता रहे हैं एक प्राइमरी चीज है।
हाँ सर,
कैलकुलस, कैलकुलस देखे हुई हो?
12th में पढ़े हैं सर, 11 12th में।
तो इसको क्या पढ़ेंगे?
y इक्वल टू एफ एक्स।
इसको पढ़ेंगे
Income equal to.
y is a function,
यस सर।
y is a function of x. इसको क्या पढ़ेंगे?
Function of Q.
u is a function of q. इसको क्या पढ़ेंगे?
Function of distribution.
d is a function of p. लिखते जाओ। s is a function of p. q is a function of l. ये सब एग्जाम्पल है फंक्शन का, तो इकोनॉमिक्स में बहुत जगहों पर यूज होगा। लिख ली?
जी सर।
Yes, sir.
अब ये क्या है, इसको पढ़ो तो।
The function of x. U is function of x.
u is function of x. अब
Yes,
हम लोग
sir.
क्या करेंगे? स्मॉल d बाई डी लिख देंगे
Yes, sir.
और लेफ्ट साइड वाला ऊपर लिखेंगे, ब्रैकेट के भीतर वाला नीचे लिखेंगे। अब इसको पढ़ेंगे du बाई dx। इसी को बोलेंगे मार्जिनल u। हिंदी में बोलते हैं सीमांत। सीमांत उपयोगिता, यू का मतलब उपयोगिता हो गया।
Utility.
अंग्रेजी में बोलेंगे इसको मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी। मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी। इसको क्या पढ़ेंगे?
This is function of P.
जोर से बोलो, जोर से बोलो ना।
Sir, f is function of p.
P is a function of P. ऑलवेज लेफ्ट वाला बोलना है, D is a function of P. अब ये du by dx जो है, इसी को कहते हैं फर्स्ट डेरिवेटिव। फर्स्ट डेरिवेटिव ऑफ u with respect to x. और इसका फर्स्ट डेरिवेटिव कैसे बनेगा? d by d लिख देंगे, लेफ्ट वाला ऊपर लिखेंगे
p,
P by X.
और ब्रैकेट वाला नीचे लिखेंगे।
नीचे p.
यही हो गया dd by dp। यही हो गया मार्जिनल, मार्जिनल d। हिंदी में बोलेंगे सीमांत मांग। मार्जिनल डिमांड। क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
प्रिया,
हाँ सर।
तुम्हारा क्लास जो है 3 बजे से शुरू होगा।
हाँ सर।
तुम अभी इस क्लास को छोड़ दो, 3 बजे
ठीक है।
ज्वाइन करो।
नहीं सर, अभी कॉल आया था ज्वाइन करने के लिए, इसीलिए किए थे।
ना ज्वाइन करने के लिए हम देखना चाह रहे थे, इसलिए कॉल आया था।
ठीक है सर।
3 बजे तुम्हारा क्लास होगा हिंदी में, और
ठीक है
अभी
सर।
क्लास होगा अंग्रेजी में।
ठीक है।
तुम कौन क्लास पसंद करो?
हिंदी में ही सर मेरा वो लिखा हुआ है।
हाँ, तो 3 बजे तुम्हारा क्लास है।
ठीक है सर।
पूनम, तुम्हारा क्लास अभी चल रहा है 2 बजे। पूनम विल कंटिन्यू। टॉपिक पढ़ाएंगे, ये इंट्रोडक्शन के लिए बताए थे।
हाँ
ठीक है
सर।
सर।
3 बजे हिंदी मीडियम में क्लास अटेंड करोगी।
ठीक है सर। ठीक।
Okay. Poonam will continue this class. This is your class.
Okay.
सर नमस्ते।
प्रणाम सर।
क्या पढ़ रहे थे इंग्लिश में?
सर इंटरेस्ट रेट लिक्विडिटी प्रेफरेंस स्कीम्स का।
इंटरेस्ट रेट लिक्विडिटी प्रेफरेंस थ्री हो गया था ना।
यस सर।
We will study today ISLM model.
Okay, sir.
I equal to S equal to L equal to M. I is equal to S is equal to L is equal to M. ISLM model. This is one of the important model in economics. ISLM model. We know that classical economist said I is equal to S. That means equilibrium interest rate. I is equal to S means equilibrium interest rate. This is classical version. And L is equal to M, equilibrium interest rate, Keynesian version.
सर ये वाला
ये क्लासिकल, पहला क्लासिकल, दूसरा केन्सियन. अब we will criticize both to arrive our conclusion. I is equal to S. Equal to L is equal to M. This is modern theory of interest rate determination. Pushkar,
यस सर।
Poonam Prasad has joined this batch from
Yes.
Jodhpur. From Jodhpur. From Jodhpur, she has joined this class
ओके।
for BPSC.
हाय
हेलो हेलो हेलो।
Abhishek is for UPSC, Pushkar is for BPSC. This time Pushkar qualified in PT, but Poonam had missed by 1 mark.
67 भी आ रहा है सर, अभी जुलाई तक में आ जाएगा नोटिफिकेशन उसका।
कोई नहीं, आपका मेंस कब होगा?
अगस्त लास्ट या सितंबर में मोस्टली।
ओके चलो, ऑल द बेस्ट।
थैंक यू।
Abhishek is for UPSC. He is from Delhi.
भुवनेश्वर सर।
Sir, Bhubaneswar.
Bhubaneswar. And Pushkar is from Baisakh, from Madhubani,
दरभंगा सर।
Darbhanga. Poonam also belong to Bihar, but he there. Poonam, you belong to Vaishali,
नो सर, आई बिलोंग टू रोहतास।
Rohtas.
साउथ बिहार।
So in this analysis, ISLM, we will see two laws. I is equal to S. I is equal to S. This is classical. Classical theory. How is classical theory? How is interest rate determined? How is interest rate determined? According to classical, economist, according to classical economist, classical economist, equilibrium interest rate is determined at a point where there is intersection between I and S curve. This is I curve. This is S curve. This is intersection. At point E, I is equal to S. Who are interested in determining? Who are is equilibrium. Who are is equilibrium interest rate. This is classical approach of interest rate. That is not acceptable by modern economists. They are Hicks. Hicks and Hanson, Alvin Hanson. There Hicks said that in this equation, I is a function of R. S is a function of R.
I is function of R.
R. S is a function of R. R means interest rate. This is classical view. But this is not acceptable by modern economists. They are his rejected classical theory. Because income term is missing. There is rejected classical theory because income term is missing. I is a function of income and interest rate. S is a function of income and interest rate. Missing point was income in classical theory. Therefore, classical theory was rejected by modern economists. J.R. Hicks. He has got Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize in Economics. Modern economist. He says that this is investment, this is saving. S1, S2, S3, S4, S5. And income is also Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5. This is R5, R4, R3, R2, R1. It said that at this point, I is equal to S. 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 He says that I is equal to X is not a unique condition to get equilibrium interest rate. There are a large number of points where I is equal to S is there.
Large number of.
Large number of points where I is equal to S. Which one is equilibrium interest rate? We can't say. There is a missing factor, income, in classical theory. And therefore, classical theory had given one curve, I, one curve S, and said I equal to S. But in reality, there are several S curves. In reality, there is change in income every time. And income will change. उतार लिए ना इसको.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you have drawn this investment curve as a downward, but certainly convex to the concave to the origin.
ओरिजिनल लाइन कॉन्केव टू द ओरिजिन है, वैसे कन्वेक्स और स्ट्रेट लाइन भी लोग बना देते हैं. हम जो बना रहे हैं ओरिजिनल कर्व उनका है.
Okay.
ओरिजिनल कर्व जो है आई कॉन्केव है, मतलब इंक्रीजिंग रिटर्न. स्ट्रेट लाइन हो जाएगा तो कांस्टेंट रिटर्न, कन्वेक्स हो जाएगा तो डिमिनिशिंग रिटर्न. तो ये फर्स्ट कंडीशन जो होता है वो इंक्रीजिंग रिटर्न होता है. ये ओरिजिनल डायग्राम. कर्व खींच लिए ना.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
कॉपी हो गया,
Yes,
लिखा
sir.
गया. हैव यू रिटन?
Yes, sir. Okay.
ओके. अब देखिए इसी चीज को आप समझिए कि आई पॉइंट पर इनकम है Y1 और इंटरेस्ट रेट क्या है? इंटरेस्ट रेट है R5, इनकम है Y1. अगर इस ग्राफ को टेबल में बदलेंगे तो लिख देंगे इनकम इंटरेस्ट रेट और I इज इक्वल टू S. इनकम हमारा है Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5. इंटरेस्ट रेट हमारा है यहाँ R5, R4, R3, R2, R1. अब देखिए इनकम Y1 है, इंटरेस्ट रेट OR5 है, I इज इक्वल टू S है. I is equal to इनकम है Y2, इंटरेस्ट रेट है R4, यहाँ भी है I is equal to S. इनकम है Y3, इंटरेस्ट रेट R3, यहाँ भी है I is equal to S. इनकम है Y4, इंटरेस्ट रेट है R2, यहाँ भी है I is equal to S. इनकम है Y5, इंटरेस्ट रेट है OR1, यहाँ भी not clear which is equilibrium. Which is equilibrium interest rate. There are several points where I is equal to S. We can't find out which one is equilibrium interested. This is called indeterminate condition. This is called indeterminate. Indeterminate condition. So I is equal to S, classical theory was rejected by J.R. Hitch. So what we get here, we get several points where I is equal to S. At A point, at B point, C point, D point, E point, everywhere I is equal to S. So interest, equilibrium interest rate is not found. Derivation of I is equal to S. Five Y1 here. R4, R3, R2, Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5. Here I is equal to S. Here I is equal to S. Here I is equal to S. I is equal to S. I is equal to S. इसी I बराबर S curve at which at several points I is equal to S found. But there is not a equilibrium interest rate. Right. But there is not equilibrium interest rate derived by I is equal to S. So it is established that classical theory is not correct. There is indeterminate condition. In the diagram. पुष्कर
Yes, sir.
इस पेज को पढ़ो तो एक्सप्लेन करो तो.
Sir, the diagram shows the I is equal to S curve, IS curve. Now on this diagram, when income is Y1, interest rate is R5, and similarly corresponding to income level Y2, interest rate is R4. At Y3, interest rate is R3. At Y4, interest rate is R2. And at Y5, interest rate is R1. If we join all these points, we get the I is equal to S curve, that is IS curve. Now at this curve, there are 5 points, A, B, C, D, and E, at which investment is equal to saving. So that's how this is the indeterminate condition, and we do not find equilibrium interest rate through this diagram. This is the
Last paragraph read out.
this is I is equal to S curve, at which at several points I is equal to S, that is investment is equal to saving is found, but there is not an equilibrium interest rate derived by I is equal to S curve. So it is established that classical theory is not correct. There is indeterminate condition arrived in this diagram.
Abhishek,
Yes, sir.
you read out.
Yes, sir. Sir, the diagram shows uh, the relation between interest rate and income, and it shows the I equal to S curve derived by J.R. Hicks. In this, there are several points where investment equals to savings, but that's why, according to J.R. Hicks, there is not a single equilibrium interest rate found in this diagram. Hence, he established that classical theory is not correct. There is indeterminate condition arrived in the diagram.
Poonam Prasad, you say something about this diagram.
Sir, okay. Sir, there is a several points where I equal to S. There we can find out which one is equilibrium, I equal to S, which is rejected by modern historian, modern economist, J.R. J.R. Hicks. Then he gave, sir,
Yes,
yes, sir.
he derived I equal to S curve.
Yes, yes, sir. In which is mean investment equal to saving.
At a different rate of interest and different level of income.
Rate income.
But nowhere there is equilibrium.
Sir, sir, equilibrium, sir, sir, at the point of R1, where I equal to S.
Yes.
Yes, sir. At the then other where R2 and Y4, which shows I equal to S. Then another level R1 equal to Y3, where I equal to S. Then R4 equal to R4 equal to I4, where I equal to S. Then R5 equal to I5, where I equal to S. Then he explained that there is a several points.
Likewise, there may be several thousand points where
Yes,
I
sir,
is
there is
equal
a
to
thousand.
S.
Yes,
We have to take one I is equal to S.
yes, sir.
That will be equilibrium.
Yes, sir.
That is not found in this diagram.
Diagram.
We have several I is equal to S.
Yes,
And we are finding out one single I is equal to S. But there is no any single I is equal to S.
to S. So classical theory is not correct.
So classical theory I is equal to S is not correct. As
Yes,
soon
sir.
as income is introduced into it, classical theory had given I is equal to S without income.
Yes, sir. Without income, yes. So what?
So
मतलब उन्होंने दिया था.
classical theory is given without income. So there was one curve I and S and get the equilibrium.
Yes,
But in
sir.
real life, there are several,
I
several
equal to S.
points, several I, several S, because income will vary.
Yes.
And very important term is income, which income term was missed in classical economics. And therefore, I is equal to S
Yes.
has no use in equilibrium. But J.R. Hicks has made it a point to derive a curve. Putting income into it, he has derived a curve known as IS curve. IS, I equal to S curve has a meaningful thing in future. Therefore, he has derived IS curve. IS curve is always related to fiscal policy. लिख लीजिए.
Sir, IS curve always.
Related to fiscal policy, budgetary policy of the government. Government may increase investment.
Sir, there is a
IS
doubt.
curve, IS curve will change.
Sir, there is a doubt. Sir, when J.R. Hicks rejected the classical theory by giving the first diagram, when savings is increasing because of increase in income. Sir, similarly, investment can also increase because of income. Then the question arises, if investment also increases with increase in income, then the IS curve will be downward sloping or upward sloping?
Investment has a relationship with interest rate. Lower the interest rate, higher investment.
But sir, income?
Investment is related to interest rate.
Yes, sir.
Lower the interest rate, higher the investment.
But sir, the relationship between the investment and income.
No, you have to take through interest rate.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Higher investment, then higher income.
Okay, sir.
That
So
will be reflected
income
in
is
that.
dependent on investment.
Lower interest rate, higher investment.
Yes, sir.
Higher investment means higher income.
Okay, sir.
I is equal to S. I is equal to S has no importance in classical model.
Yes, sir.
But modern economists derived a curve, IS curve,
Mhm.
on interest rate and income both sides. And he says that IS is a function of interest rate and income, both. Therefore, in future, it will be helpful in interest rate determination, equilibrium interest rate determination.
Yes, sir.
We cannot determine equilibrium interest rate with IS alone.
Mhm.
But I is equal to S has several points that is converted into IS curve. IS curve is of importance, which measures income and interest rate both. But it is not going to give you equilibrium interest rate. IS curve is halfway to the final round. What we have read today, that I equal to S by classical, I equal to S, is criticized because income was not there. Hicks had put income into it and converted into IS curve. This IS curve is convex to the origin,
Concave.
concave to the origin.
Yes, sir.
That means increasing returns of
Which is
investment. Increasing returns. Curve is concave to the origin. Curve is concave to the origin, that is increasing returns. Favorable condition for investment. So we come to the conclusion that classical theory I is equal to S is rejected. And for this rejection, Hicks has incorporated income into the theory. By introducing income into the theory, Hicks was successful in deriving a curve. And that curve is known as IS curve. On IS curve, every point is I is equal to S. At different level of income and a different rate of interest. I is equal to S is open curve. I is equal to S curve is open curve that at different rate of interest and different level of income, I must be equal to S.
Sir, I equal to S is the open curve and have,
क्या बोली?
sir, I equal to S is the open curve that have different rates.
At different rate, I is equal to S. Different rate of
Yes, sir.
interest and different level of income. Always speak both. Different rate of interest and different level of income.
Income.
I must be equal to S. So what good thing was done that a curve is drawn, I is equal to S curve. What is the finding of T.R. Hicks? That out of saving investment theory, he put into it income and then brought about IS curve. It is very interesting thing. Whenever you face interview board, there will be discussion. Then you can discuss that the classical theory was wrong because it has not taken into consideration income.
Income.
And without income, how can we get saving? Without income, how can we get investment? So it is absolutely one-sided approach, neglecting income. Income is most important factor. So he said that let us introduce income into classical theory. Then its form will change. And by changing this form, derive a curve that is IS curve. Derive a curve what conclusion we have drawn?
Sir, conclusion is Hicks rejected classical theory based on the indeterminate condition of equilibrium interest rate and derived a single IS curve at which for different level of income and for different values of interest rate, at every point on that curve, I equal to S.
And that will help in future finding out equilibrium interest.
Interest rate. Yes, sir.
उसका तुम बोलो तो क्या कंक्लूजन निकला?
Sir, Hicks rejected the classical approach and he derived the IS curve at which at different levels of income and different levels of interest rate, we find different points of equality between investment and saving. And this is the indeterminate condition and it helps in fiscal policy
Future.
determination by the government.
And I is equal to S is always found
Is always at every point, sir.
at every point, at every level of income and every rate of interest. There is a point where I equal to S. We can't get any equilibrium interest rate.
Yes, sir. Indeterminate condition.
So this proves that classical theory is indeterminate theory. And for that, Hicks introduced income into classical theory. As soon as income is introduced into classical theory effect is sharply shown that I is equal to S is not a one condition. There will be several I equal to S at a different rate of interest and different level of income.
Of income.
Classical theory did not take income into consideration,
Consideration.
and therefore classical theory has one point, I is equal to S. Hicks says that how can you get one point? As soon as you put income into the classical theory, there will be several points where I is equal to S at different level of income and different rate of interest. R1, R2, R3, R4. Everywhere I is equal to S, I is equal to S. So at different level of income and at different level of interest rate, I is always equal to S. It is not going to give you determinate point of equilibrium. So we can't get equilibrium point. We can't get equilibrium point through IS curve. IS curve will represent the fiscal policy of the government, where I is equal to S at different rate of income and different rate of interest. Poonam Prasad, what you got?
Sir, classical theory is rejected by Hicks because there is no introduction of income. Then he introduced income by which we can get IS curve.
Correct. An IS curve cannot give equilibrium interest rate,
Yes, sir.
but it is helpful in fiscal policy.
Which is, yes, sir.
Income, interest rate, IS curve, all will be useful in fiscal policy, government budget. But it is not going to give us equilibrium interest rate.
Yes, sir.
For equilibrium interest rate, Hicks will also examine Keynesian theory also.
Sir, equilibrium interest rate.
At equilibrium interest rate, Hicks will also examine Keynesian theory of liquidity preference. Next class we will discuss it.
Sir, namaste.
Next class
Sir,
will be at 2 p.m. Poonam Prasad,
Yes, sir.
2 p.m. Saturday, Sunday,
Okay.
there is no class.
Okay, thank you, sir.